I bet it was a bit of a stretch that I do today's Tough Like the Toonz.
And for my $5 patron shoutouts for the month of August, Samuel Robertson, Jose Hernandez, Charles Nelson, Justin Weber, Scott Bloomfeld, Troy Storm, Matt Cates, Timmy Redenbaugh, Adam Frazier, Zeffy Zeff, Michael D. McCormick, David, Jessica Spawn, Average Stranger, Ryan Wallier, Cody Collier, Charles Dooley, and Hunter Bursch. Thank you all for your added support. All of you are super, just saying.
Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighbor Jaxblade here. Today's Stuff Like the Toonz is something I alluded to back in December of last year, and I'm finally getting to it. And today we're covering Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, the stretchy pirate who's going to be king of the pirates and one of my personal favorite characters. He's just one goofy, lovable dude who loves to eat. Oh, Hancock, boo, baby, don't worry about protection. I'm old, rubber. So today's Stuff Like the Toonz is going to help you get nice, loose, and flexible and get nice stretch going, just like our boy Monkey D. Luffy. But I have to say this of utmost importance first. Make sure you warm up first, alright? I don't care who you are. Make sure you warm up, you have a good glaze going, a good sweat. So I actually have a warm-up routine you can actually follow along with before doing this, or if you have your own warm-up routine, or hell, just jump rope for 10 minutes. Just make sure you get a nice little glaze sweat going. Just make sure you break a sweat before doing this, because you never want to go into stretching cold. That causes some severe injuries if you're not doing it right. Like I'm telling you from past experiences, it'll mess you up if you do not warm up properly. Honestly, think of it like a rubber band. Like you have a rubber band here, and if you have it as cold, it can't do much, all right? It'll actually, if it's cold enough, it can break, and that's not good. Think of your muscles. But if you have a rubber band that you've just, slowly warmed up, maneuvered with, played with, all that jazz, done all this, then you can get more mobility and get more blood flow and get more oxygen pumping, and then you're able to do a lot more incredible things. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you always warm up before doing this, and this is just going to help you get nice and flexible. And you can honestly stretch every day. I think it's important to stretch at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day. And this will be a great routine if you want to just add it in for that. And so today's workout, we're just going to get stretched, and let's get to it.
All right, the first exercise is a hip flexor twist stretch. Make sure to drag the leg back, push that hip down, and breathe through the stretch. That is one of the key things in getting the best out of all these stretches, is just breathing properly. And then this should just be nice and relaxing and help warm up those legs and that lower back. And you want to alternate sides after every 30 seconds. So after you finish that, just switch sides and go do it on the opposite side for 30 seconds. After that, we have a quadricep stretch. So this is a common balance exercise and good for warming up the front of the leg. So if you have problem balancing yourself, you can grab the opposite ear or keep the cord tight. That'll actually help you maintain your balance, and hold that for 30 seconds. And then after 30 seconds, just alternate sides like before. That's just going to help warm up the front of the leg or the front of the quadricep, the big muscle right there. And then after that, we've got a hamstring stretch. I think we're all pretty much familiar with this. It's what we do in gym class and martial arts and stuff like that. And all you're doing is breathing in. I'll ignore my British boxers, and breathe in and slowly try to push yourself further down. But remember, do not overstretch yourself, because that will lead to injury. So just do the best of your ability and then try to, beat yourself. And after that, we have a pigeon stretch. Now, this is one of my personal favorites from a yoga class I used to go to. It also helped with my lower back pain. If you're a beginner, start up front and then keep the back knee bent at a 90-degree angle, because your front leg in front is at a 90-degree angle as well. But if you're extra flexible and really want to get a good stretch going, then you can bend over the front knee at a 90-degree angle and then just lie down in front of it for 30 seconds, and then alternate sides for the next 30 seconds and hold it. And this should help you feel a great big stretch in your buttocks, and it helps with your lower back pain tremendously. Then after that, we have walkouts, and walkouts are just common things we used to do in football practice at the beginning. And all you're going to do is just slowly walk yourself down and then walk yourself up. Now, if you're not as flexible, the key here is to keep your legs straight, but if you're not, you can bend your knees and then try to keep them straighter at each time you go, but make sure you're breathing. I really emphasize breathing on this, because you don't want to, throw your back out, but really, if you want to, just bend your knees like I'm doing right there, and then try to stretch them out so when you walk up, they're staying straight. This is just a great stretch for your hamstrings, your quads, your lower back, all that jazz. It's just an incredible stretch for you. Then after that, we have a common shoulder stretch. I pretty much I think everyone knows I do it, because we did this every single day in PE before warming up. So, just get that shoulder stretch in right there, and does opposite side as well. After that, we have a groin stretch, and if you want to make the stretch deeper, just push down on the knees. That'll make it a better stretch. And then after that, we have a tricep stretch just to warm up the arms and keep the shoulders. This warms up your triceps and your shoulders, so just make sure, and if you can try to push it down further, like this is actually, we used to do this in my MMA class, just to see how far you could go down. And yeah, it just warms up the tricep, shoulder, and gets the joint nice and loose. And if you really want to push it, you can do the Nakama Hands right here, and this is a stretch that just warms up. You're trying to hold hands with each other. This tests your shoulder mobility and just warms them up completely. And we did this in yoga class. But if you're not flexible enough to do that, then you can just use a towel or a band and then just gradually improve it. And now, sometimes over shoulder flexibility can be a bad thing, but this just helps some people a lot with their things. And then if you really, really want to push the shoulder stretching, like all you really had to do was a regular shoulder stretch, you could do a backwards prayer, what I'm doing right here. I remember when I mastered this, like it took a while to get, but it's just a nice little, if your shoulders feel so freaking open after this, and it helped me when I was in my physical therapy. But if you're a beginner, just push your hands into your back and push your elbows back, and that also warms up the shoulder muscle as well and gives it a nice good stretch. This is another stretch I did in physical therapy.
All right, next we've got some torso glute stretches, and I think pretty much every athlete watching this video recognizes it, but all you want to do is put one leg out like straight in front of you, and then bend your knee over it like I'm doing right here, and then really twist. Feel the tension and contract. This is a lower back saver. Like, my God, this will save your lower back and keep you just, like, so many people, if you did this stretch, lower back pain would be like, where'd you go? Like, why did my back used to be so much, you know, full of tension and stuff like that. This is one of the best stretches you can do. And if you want to make it deeper, then you can bring the up knee in, and that just gives you a bigger push. But I love this stretch. It's one of the things that saved my lower back when I used to have lower back pain all the time. And then we're going to go into a Lumborum Stretch, and this is what you're going to do is you're going to get into a straddle stance and then just reach over and really feel the stretch in your back and lower bottom. This is also a lower back saver as well, and what you want to do is just reach each side for 30 seconds. Point the toes up. I was trying to keep my toes pointed up, but there was a wasp flying around me and I got stung before, so I don't want to do that. And then in your next straddle stance, this is a thing we used to do when we were kids. Just push out in front of you. So breathe in and then slowly push yourself out. Like, try to go deep down. So if you can get your head to touch the ground, then you are incredibly flexible. But remember, do not overstrain yourself. Just try to go to the best of your ability. Like, always try to beat yourself. I know, phrasing. Then after that, we've got some bridges. Not only are these great for getting a good booty, they're also great for stretching lower back. Like, I'm doing a lot of lower back stretches in this, and if you want to get more advanced in this, then really do what I'm doing here. This is a thing I learned in yoga, and you can build up the strength to do it. Just start with bridges and then just slowly move to your hands and then slowly move to, you know, what I'm doing right here. So it's a great stretch for that. And then we got, I had to get this in gear second. So what you're gonna do, get like Luffy when he's doing a gear second stretch. It's sort of like doing a goblet stretch. So what you're gonna do is just get into a squat position, hold it, and then if you want to, if you don't want to do that, it's fine. Then just stretch your hamstrings out, and then just walk over and stretch your hamstrings like you're, you know, doing a Sean T and Sandy video. Is fine, guys. Or you could just hold this one. This will warm up your nice glutes and butt. Like, you really want to do this. And this is just another. I put so many lower back things in this because, guys, if you stretch, you can injure your lower back, like. And that's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun whatsoever if you injure your lower back. So I put all these stretches in there, like, so your upper body's warmed up, your lower body's warmed up, but you really want to stretch your lower back out without getting it injured, because that is one of the things that will just save you so much time later on in life. So that's why we add them in here. And then you can, you know, go whoop ass to the fullest content. You would hate to like throw a high kick and just, oh God, my back. So that's why we put them in here. They're very important. Get it done.
Well, dudes and dudettes, I hope you enjoyed today's Stuff Like Toonz. It was really fun to make. And remember, like I always say, just make sure you warm up first, stay hydrated. Like, all that is important, and you want to avoid injury, because like when you stretch, like, there's a small margin for error. You don't want to mess yourself up because you didn't warm up properly, or you're not hydrated, or especially if you haven't slept enough. I've noticed if you don't sleep enough, that can actually mess up your like body. But if you do all that, you know, have good sleep, then you feel nice and refreshed after that. You feel like, oh yeah, I'm fluid and loose, and I can do more. I can kick higher, all that stuff, you know, kick ass. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more Tough Like Toonz, be sure to support me on Patreon. All the people there help me so much. I have some great rewards as thanks for that. And if you want to follow me on social media, Facebook page, Jordan Jaxblade Downs, Twitter, Jaxblade Fitness, Tumblr, Jaxblade, Patreon, Jaxblade, blah, blah, blah. Everything just Jaxblade. You look up Jaxblade, I'm the main one. Alright, but I hope you enjoyed today's workout. And remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, and don't forget, Momentai. Now go train hard. Go be king of the pirates. Now I can marathon Voltron again. Whoa!